Hey, 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 Firevolters. Here we are live tonight, doing our Firevolt TV live with the amazing Chris Appleton, who's going to join us from the awesome Absolva.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm in outer space.
Great, fantastic, absolutely amazing. It's so good to see you. Looking great.
You too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you for doing this. So our Firevolters have seen this show before, so let's get started. So tonight we're going to really get to know Chris. We're going to get up close and personal and find out lots of things about the band and about Chris as well. So off we go. So Chris, welcome, and let's get started with our first round, which is our getting to know you round. So let's kick off with some slightly intimate questions. Ready?
I think so. I hope so.
Here we go. Okay, Chris, what's your favourite film?
Favorite film, Tombstone, with Sam Elliott.
Oh, nice, nice. Favorite song?
Favorite song, Hell's Bells, AC/DC.
Oh, tune, absolute tune. Favorite TV show?
Ooh, Red Dwarf.
Oh, yes, cool, really cool. What's your favorite food?
Roast chicken dinner, Sunday roast.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Favorite holiday destination?
Spain, somewhere like Menorca.
Oh, nice, very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, that's round one.
That was a quick round. I was surprised with me answers, actually.
You did good, you did good. Okay, so we're going into one of my favorite rounds now. This one is called Like It, Not Like It. So I'm going to ask you a series of just like chuck some random things at you and you just shout out like it, not like it.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Karaoke.
Like it.
Rum.
Like it.
Love Island.
Like it.
Surprised. Monkeys.
Like it.
Seaside.
Like it.
Chocolate.
Like it.
Football.
Like it.
Roller coasters.
Not like it.
Early mornings.
Like it.
The gym.
Not like it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, I was watching Love Island last night, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's a guilty pleasure. I sometimes just get forced into watching it by my missus, but and you end up watching one and you think, why am I watching this? And then 5 minutes later, you're going, oh, what are these two doing? Are they together now? So yeah.
Yeah, we believe you.
I'm not proud about it,
Awesome. Okay, that's round two. Quick, done and dusted. So we're going into round three. This is Bandorama. So this is where we get to know the band just a little bit more. Okay, so our first question is, how did the band get together?
Band got together 2012, so 11 years ago, and we kind of formed. We were in another band before Absolva called Fury UK, and we'd done a lot of things back then. So we formed Absolva, myself and the drummer Martin, and so we were kind of already together, and we were going to either retire or early retirement or start a new project, and we decided to start a new project, and that was kind of the birth of Absolva, and that was it, really. I mean, it's not like the exciting kind of started in school kind of story, but we just came from the embers of our previous band.
Yeah.
And,
cool.
So yeah, that's 11 years ago. It doesn't seem that long ago now.
It's amazing, isn't it, where time goes? Wow. How did you come up with the band name? Because I have to say, Absolva is such a cool name for a band. I love it.
Well, it's a little bit French, and I wanted something kind of like Def Leppard with the play on words. So we didn't want to have Absolva with ER at the end. I wanted with, an A. And it's a bit more Manchester as well, Absolva. So it's got a little bit of French and it's Latin. So it actually, the word Absolva means absolution of sin. So in my kind of weird head, I kind of think if you come to an Absolva gig, we absolve you of your sins. So that's it.
Amazing. Brilliant, love it. Really, really cool name. Really love it. So are there any particular highs, lows, challenges of being in a band?
Yeah, loads. There's luckily all the highs usually, outweigh the lows. The lows are obviously, COVID, not doing a load of gigs or ever having to, we've not really done it before, but if anybody has to cancel a gig or doing a gig in ill health or something like that is always tricky. And but we've done some crazy things, where we were in on a South American tour in Chile, and about 3 or 4 songs in, we had an earthquake and a tsunami warning. So then we end up, hightailing it to the top of a mountain because all our phones are doing those government warnings in South America saying get to higher ground.
Wow, scary.
There's and we were touring in France when all the riots and the things were going on in France, and so people throwing bricks at the van, while we're trying to get back to the ferry crossing, so we've done some insane things.
Yeah. Wow.
But then the good things are like, being able to tour so many countries, go across Europe. Going to South America was a big deal for me,
Yeah.
So yeah, and playing, to, some great fans. We've built up some great loyal followings across the world, really. So, that all those kind of nice things outweigh all the crazy stuff that's happened, and I don't mean to say it sounds like trouble follows us, but it doesn't really. It's just I suppose you put yourself in that many situations, things just happen.
Yeah, of course. Oh my God, but they're quite crazy. Some quite crazy stuff there. Wow. So tell us, who are your musical influences?
Well, mainly for me, I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I was kind of born in the wrong decade, I think. So all my heroes are the classic guys, really. So my all-time favorite band's AC/DC, Sabbath, Zeppelin, and then I like all the new wave of British heavy metal bands, so Maiden and Saxon. I love UFO and Michael Schenker. So all those kind of guys. Dio was a big deal for me as well. So that's kind of the sound of Absolva as well, is all these classic bands, with like a modern twist, and we kind of moved that early British hard rock heavy metal into, what are we in now? 21st century.
Yeah. I have to say, Absolva are one of the loudest bands I've heard. Absolutely, just brought that face melting rock. It really, you felt the whole vibe kind of wash over the audience when you guys came on. It was like cathartic almost, because it just got you. It just the excitement straight away was like, right, we've ripped your face off, come on, let's have it. It was absolutely brilliant.
That sounds like me Motorhead bones.
Oh, it was fab. Cool. Okay, so there's a bit of an undertone for me asking you this question. So you've got an amazing track called Fire in the Sky, and as I think a lot of our Firevolters know by now, Stret is a massive Deep Purple fan. So I had to ask the question about, tell us about Fire in the Sky, the track, where it came from, influences behind it, what was the thinking?
Well, the actual song's about it's actually a really positive message, in the lyric. It's about believing in yourself and overcoming obstacles that you might get thrown at you in life. So it's a really positive. Even like Fire in the Sky can sound quite aggressive. It's a really positive message. And then, of course, you've got that classic, and I'm sure this is probably what you're getting at, with smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of my little salute to Deep Purple. I loved Deep Purple when I was growing up. And if there's any heavy metal kid that hasn't learned Smoke on the Water, Black Knight, Highway Star, Burn, then they're just lying, I think, basically. So yeah, and still when I'm jamming at home, I still rip out Highway Star or Burn or something. It's still there. So yeah, Fire in the Sky was one of the first songs we came up with for the album. And then it kind of stuck. So we decided this is going to be the album title as well. And then once our artist had come up with our, it was kind of based on the album cover. It was kind of based on that Appetite for Destruction, with all the faces with the skulls.
Yeah.
But I said, I don't want us to be skulls because I want us to be alive.
Yeah.
So can you make us just look really insane and crazy? So he kind of got these graphics of our faces and put them together, which was really cool. So, and we wanted to make sure we were on it because back in the 60s and the 70s, there was loads of bands that would just take a photograph of a band and that would be their album cover, and I don't think that happens very often anymore. It's always artwork.
Yeah.
So I thought if I try and be on it. And the last album we did before Fire in the Sky, Side by Side, was completely different. We kind of had this crest with the two guitars and it was all on fire. But the actual crest was based on the Salford coat of arms, which is where I was born.
Oh, amazing.
So I sent the artist this Salford coat of arms and I said, right, this is kind of, a very Northwest thing. Can you get this and set it on fire and stick some guitars in it? so yeah, he's a good artist, our guy. He works for Lucasfilms and Iron Maiden. So
wow.
It's kind of like the two best things for a geeky heavy metal guy, so Star Wars and Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, very cool. Very cool.
So we never really want to move on.
Yeah, that's so cool. I have to drop it in here then while you've led me to it. So what was the barn stage is now the Trooper stage, Iron Maiden's beer.
Yeah.
Sponsoring it, yeah. So that was very, very cool. Yeah, very, very exciting for us. So shout out, guys, and shout out to Robinsons. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Robinsons.
Yeah. And Stret's smiling because we've mentioned Deep Purple now, so he's happy. He's giving me the rock arms there, so he's happy. That's amazing. That's so cool. So our final question in the Bandorama round is: do you have any rituals before you go on stage?
Well, other than argue with each other. I sometimes do because it's I'm in the band with my brother Luke. Yeah. He's the other guitar player, and yeah, probably at times we're kind of the heavy metal version of the Gallagher brothers, But
I love
that. But yeah, you live in each other's pockets for months and months and months when you go on tour. So you're bound to argue about something. So as long as you throwing stuff at each other that's not too dangerous, a little bit softer,
Yeah.
So yeah, rituals. We don't really have much. In that sense, we're kind of a bit boring. But it's probably more the after rituals, because we never drink before we go on stage, but we always like to have a drink afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's usually the ritual of well, if you've got 6 shows in a row and you don't want to be drinking every night, it'll be who's going to be the first one to cave in after a really good show, and then so you'll do like you saw us in Blackpool. It's like, oh well, we've got a show the next day, guys. Are you sure you want to be drinking tonight? And then suddenly Luke's opened the can of beer there. So yeah, I'm not sure about rituals though, really. We're all very into our food as well when we're on tour. So Carl, the bass player especially, he has to have 3 large meals a day. Otherwise, he can become a different kind of creature.
Well, we better feed him well when you come to us.
Yeah. I always say, if we're doing a festival, you've got to wake up early, Carl, and make sure you've had your Frosties before we go.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, that's our final question in Vandarama round, so thank you. That's great. So we're going to move over now to our questions from the vault round. This is where the voice of God, or like I like to call him, the PA to Voltaire, who is our lovely gold lady, who's on all our branding. So Voltaire's PA, or Stret, will ask a series of 10 questions, random questions from general knowledge, music, all sorts of different things. And then we'll go on to the Firevolt league table. So there will be a winner's trophy presented at the festival. So it's all to play for tonight, Chris. And I have to tell you, currently the Hot 1-2 are in the lead with 5.5 points. So Strat has kindly said I can help a little bit. Well, it's just you and me tonight. So I'm not very good at quizzing. So just to let you know, it might not be much of a help. So I'm going to hand us over to Stret, who's going to, the voice of Voltaire, who's going to ask us some random questions. Not too hard, Stret, tonight. You ready?
Yeah, okay, we've got the first questions ready. So like we said, Bev, you're going to be helping Chris out while he's on his lonesome there. So we'll call you, say, maybe change the name to Bev Holder. So here's your first question. In what song does a girl take the midnight train going anywhere?
The midnight train going anywhere. Don't Stop Believing, Journey.
That's 1 point, mate.
Well done. I shall make a note. Fantastic.
Well, I'm doing well so far.
Excellent. We're at 100% right.
Okay, yeah, you're 100% right. She's a bit like Beth. She's always 100% right as well. Right. Cool. In Game of Thrones, who are the race of zombie-like creatures that live beyond the wall?
Oh, no.
You know this? Is this the White Walkers? Is that who
Yeah,
they
I
are?
was going to say Walkers, but I was like, was that Walking Dead?
Are they the White Walkers or something like that?
I'll go with White Walkers if you're confident. I was going to say Walkers.
I'm not confident, but I don't know of anything else. What do you reckon? Should
Yeah.
we go for it? Okay, go on. That's our
Go
answer.
for White Walkers.
Yeah.
That's 2 out of 2.
Get in!
Okay. Which former member of Genesis co-founded the world-famous WOMAD music festival in 1982?
I have no idea.
So how many's in Genesis? Is it 5? You've got 1 in 5.
Yeah, so former member of Genesis.
Yeah.
So
that's
I'm
the Bible,
leading,
not the script in the Bible.
I'm leaning towards Peter Gabriel.
That did pop into my head, I have to say.
Yeah.
we go with it?
Yeah, let's go with Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Oh, guys, that's 3 out of 3.
Come on. Dream team.
Okay,
I'm glad this wasn't just general knowledge stuff.
Easy one for any vocalist, I would think. Complete the lyric from John Lennon's song Imagine. You may say I'm a dreamer.
But I'm not the only one.
Yes.
Correct. That's 4.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
Have it. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
Put 50p in.
Yeah. Just having,
Oh,
a mini stroke.
Oh, I thought he was getting prepared because it was going to be a really difficult one.
I think you'll get this, to be fair, but you never know. People are sometimes described jokingly as being one sandwich short of a what? Now you've got 3 options.
Buffet.
You've got 3 options.
Sandwich short of a buffet.
Option 1, is it packed lunch? Option 2, is it cream tea? Option 3, is it picnic?
Picnic.
One sandwich short of a picnic, yeah.
Picnic. Yeah, picnic. Picnic.
You've got that one, guys.
Come on. Right, we only need half a point to equal the hot one too. Sorry, guys, but come on.
Oh my God. I'm impressed. Can we have more Journey and Genesis questions? Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Broken Strings was a hit for James Morrison and which female artist? Again, you've got 3 choices. Jessie J, Christina Aguilera, Nelly Furtado.
I actually really don't know.
No, I haven't got a clue. Just repeat the question.
Yeah. Broken Strings was a hit for James Morrison and which female artist? Jessie J, Christina Aguilera, Nelly Furtado.
Doesn't sound like a Christina Aguilera type of thing.
Yeah, I was just going to say Jessie J because it's...
Yeah, and Nelly Furtado, we don't really...
Furtado.
Furtado.
Yeah, it just sounds like the 2 names go together.
Yeah. Should we go for Jessie J?
Yeah, I think so.
Jessie J.
Unfortunately, it is Nelly Furtado.
Oh.
We plumbed out that one. Come on.
Saw us coming with that one, didn't he?
Definitely. It's not our genre.
Which country does the band Savage Garden come from?
Ireland, isn't it?
I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that. Is that what we're going for?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's Ireland.
Okay.
Well, fortunately, I mean, it's a little bit bigger than Ireland. Australia.
Oh, I was close. You look on the map, it's not that far.
Okay. In 2006, My Chemical Romance had a hit with Welcome Back to the Black, and you've got 4 options.
Parade.
House, March, Driveway, or Operation. Okay, one was Parade.
It's Parade, isn't it? The Black Parade.
Yeah.
Yes. Yay. We're in the lead. We're in the lead now.
Oh,
Sorry,
hey.
the hot one too. Sorry.
Okay. In what year was Barack Obama first elected president of the United States?
Oh,
I'm not good
No
at years.
options.
I'm
No
not good at.
options.
Oh, there's no options.
No options.
Oh, I'm not very good at this.
so it's 2023 now. The other guy
Do you want your clue?
was 2022. Is it every 4 years?
I think so.
Or is it every 2?
No,
for
it's every
America?
4, I think, isn't it?
So, oh,
Can I give you a clue?
One gives a
If-
clue.
I'll
Yeah,
give you a
go on.
clue. The first digit begins with 2.
So funny. Oh, apologies.
I'm
What do you
gonna
reckon?
say stayed on for 8 years. So
when was he first? Did you say? When was he first elected?
In what year was
he first elected?
I'm tempted to say something like 2014 or something. 6, 7, 8. So if he stayed on for 2 terms. Or I might just be making myself to sound really stupid in public now.
I'll be with you though, don't worry.
We'd say 2014.
2014 we'll go for.
Unfortunately, it was 2008.
Oh,
Whoa, he lasted ages.
he did well.
Okay, final question.
Oh no, we've got to get this.
Final question. Which US band released Shot at the Night in September 2013?
Wow.
Is that it? No A, B, or C.
No clues. No clues.
Shot of the Night.
I don't have a clue.
The US band. Shot at the Night. US band. They're quite big band.
Clues, give us clues. Come on.
I can't, that's not fair. You're already in the lead.
I know, but everybody else has had clues before.
Oh, I'm getting the eyes. I'm getting the eyes.
Got
Shot
a tiny
at
clue.
Night. US band. And it's an album, yeah, not a single.
It doesn't actually say. It just says Shot at the Night. Yeah, it doesn't actually say.
Shot of the Night.
Clues. Don't be tight.
No, everything I'm thinking of is just too obvious.
Is it a metal band?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're one of them bands that I think people or the Yanks or the industry would call rock. Like they would call Bryan Adams. And I would say they're more pop rock.
Oh,
Pop rock. An American band. I don't know why people ask me these questions now. As I say, an American band, and it's released this, and then I just think of American bands, but they just all kind of evaporate out of your head. Shot at the Night. This is going to be really obvious when I know the answer now, isn't it?
yeah.
I like that era of like Kings of Leon and all that kind of vibe.
Shall we go? What are they called now? Who did Mr. Brightside?
Oh, the Killers.
Yeah, let's go with the Killers.
Okay.
You want me to Killers?
We'll go with the Killers.
You've killed it. It's the Killers.
Well done. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes. 7. We scored 7. High five.
High five. That was a complete guess as well.
That was phenomenal. That was the best quiz answer so far. Well done.
Shot of the Night sounds like a White Snake or a Dokken
Yeah.
kind of
Shot
song.
at the night. Picking up your lamppost. Shot at the night.
Yeah.
Don't encourage it.
There should be definitely a heavy metal guitar riff with the Shot of the Night and some big keyboards and a lot of hairspray.
It could be your next single. Oh, well done. That's fantastic. You're in the lead.
Awesome, great.
Yes.
I think Peter Gabriel topped it for me, I think.
Yeah, some genius answers there. Well done, mate. All right, so sticking with the Voltaire's PA over there, Stretty. Any fan questions on the thread or in advance?
Yeah, we've had some advanced questions come in. This one's come from Mike from Leeds. And I think you touched on this before, actually, about the throwing things at each other. But he basically says, what's it like working with family?
Insane most of the time. I mean, we're all very, very lucky, really, because there's myself and my brother, and then there's my mum and my dad. We're all involved with music. So, you know, my dad, he's also, you know, he's been in band management. He's had a record label, and he's Blaze Bailey's manager, and he handles all his, you know, all the boring stuff that, you know, musicians don't want to be dealing with, like money and, you know, figures and accountants and all this kind of stuff. He does all that kind of thing. And then, you know, my mum, you know, she's also very involved with PR and, you know, the merch kind of side of things. And so between, you know, the four of us together, we're all kind of got our own little pockets on, you know, the music industry. I kind of handle all the technical stuff, so I can do the recording and set up sound systems and do the production side of things. But yeah, but at the end of the day, even though you've all got the same interests, you're all still related. So you end up, you know, having that argument around the dinner table, and then, yeah, mashed potato goes flying across the room. You know, it happens. You know, I don't know any family that don't, you know, bicker, you know, still. But, you know, we all love each other very, very much. And, you know, I think we've all got to be very thankful that we've all got this really cool connection. So it's, yeah, it's we argue, but we love each other.
Amazing.
Very good, very good. This one has come from Sally Ann in Cheshire, and she basically just said, how is Blaze?
Blaze, he's doing good. He's doing really good. It was his birthday the other day. He's a big birthday. He's just turned 60. And he's recovering well from his operation. He's had a recent checkup over the past couple of days with his doctor at the hospital, and he says he's doing really, really well with the recovery. He's lost quite a lot of weight as well, which I think he needed, and he's eating well. So, you know, he's getting his strength back after his operation. So he's doing much better, and we're gonna sort of work out when he's coming back to do, you know, to sing again, because I think having an operation and recovering, but then having an operation recovering to sing from your chest is probably a different story. So we'll see when it comes back, but he can't wait to come back.
Well, we wish him well, and a massive happy birthday as well. Take it easy.
Birthday.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay, this one's coming from Nick in Glasgow, basically saying, with the band now touring and playing their own material, will they play any Blaze material or just their own material?
No, it's completely separate band. You know, when we get up with Blaze, with a Blaze Bailey band, and then when we go out on our own, we're Absolva. So yeah, whenever we do a Absolva gig, headline show or festival spot or whatever, it's 100% our own thing. You know, when we get on that stage and it's under an Absolva flag, I'm definitely the boss, you know. And when we get on the stage with Blaze, Blaze is the boss, or he likes to think he's the boss anyway.
Great. This one from Yvonne in Manchester. How do the band keep their energy up whilst touring?
A lot of food. I don't know really. We do kind of put, like I was saying before, we've done some completely insane things with traveling, and you know, we did one summer, we did 3 festivals in one weekend, and it was, we were doing a UK gig, then we pretty much had to finish the festival, go straight to the airport, then fly straight to Switzerland. But then we were on the opposite side of Switzerland, so we're still not been to sleep. And then we go from one side of Switzerland to the other side of Switzerland to do another gig. And then there was traffic, and then there was we didn't have time to go to the hotel to sleep, so we just ended up going straight to the gig. Then there was a storm in Switzerland, so we ended up our flight got cancelled, and we had to get a different flight. But we were going to another airport in Switzerland, different to the one we flew into, and then we were flying to Finland with a connecting flight from Munich. So this is day 3 of no sleep. So I do often question, the insanity of some of the things that we do. That's 3 days no sleep.
Wow.
And maybe grabbed an hour here and there when you're on a plane.
Yeah.
And then we did this festival in Finland, and then you finish the gig, and you're almost like, oh my God, we can have 4 hours sleep at the hotel before we have to go back to the airport. Wow, but it is tough. So energy wise, I don't really know how we do it. I think we're just crazy.
Insane.
Okay, final one, which is from Joseph Smithy Lanks. So basically, what would the band regard as it's all been worth it? As in, what would be the peak of your ambition to say, yeah, it was all worth it? Would that be, I suppose, headlining Download, I suppose it means, or something like that?
I'm not really sure. I'm a bit of a nut bar when it comes to these things. I kind of never look at anything and go, I'm satisfied now. I'm always kind of like, oh great, we've released an album. Let's do another album. All right, we've toured here. Well, where else can we tour? I'm always looking at the next thing. So I suppose one of my things that's still not done, which I really would like to do, even after touring all these countries and selling albums here, there, and everywhere, and everything. The classic venue in Manchester for me is Manchester Apollo, and even now when I go to a gig at Manchester Apollo, even like the walls just kind of ooze legends, to me. So I think doing a gig at Manchester Apollo with Absolva would be a real sort of big deal for me, and being my hometown, it'd be a really, really cool thing to do. So maybe that's it, and I'll look back and go, yeah, it was all worth it. Or maybe when I'm, getting even more grey than I already am, and kind of, got me walking stick out in, 40 years time. I'll go, oh yeah, that's probably me Francis Rossi sort of era, that I'm looking at. And I'll say, oh yeah, it's all worth it now.
Amazing. Oh, that's brilliant. Cool. Thank you so much. The Voltaire's PA voice there of God. Amazing. So we're on to the picture this round. So this is a scenario. So you're on the tour bus. You're going along. Suddenly you break down and you have to exit the tour bus rather quickly. What one item would you take?
Probably my phone. I know that probably sounds really sad, but it's probably my phone. It sounds very similar to that tsunami thing that in Chile, because I had to leave my guitar behind, for evacuating the venue. But yeah, I think if I had to exit the van quickly, I probably grab my phone, so then I can still keep in touch with everybody, let them know I'm safe.
Brilliant. Okay, still picturing this. So you're at a gig and one of the band members doesn't turn up and you're asked to fill in for them. So which would be your all-time band member and band that you would like to fill in for at that gig?
Now there's quite a few. The 14-year-old Chris, that's playing guitar to all these legendary bands is kind of coming into. I used to have dreams like this, actually, like be at a Dio gig and the guitarist has broken his arm or something, and go, oh, don't worry, I'm here. I think it probably have to be Whitesnake. I think that's a gig that I could just slip into quite easily. If I went into the loft to pull out my old leather strides, and I think probably Whitesnake, and
Cool.
in kind of like the late 80s, early 90s sort of era.
Cool. And would you still be doing like you're doing Absolva with the vocals and the guitar, or would you go for something different?
No, I think I just play guitar. Let David have his sort of like moment. Maybe if we did some of the Deep Purple era stuff, I could slip in and do all the Glenn Hughes bits.
Listen, you're making Straight a very happy man tonight.
That's the end. Deep Purple mention number 2.
Yeah.
Tell he's been moved up the lineup.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. Cool. Okay, our penultimate round is 3 days, 2 stages. So your all-time fantasy festival lineup, 3 headliners, alive or dead.
Right. Well, you got to bring all of them back to life, really, haven't you? So definitely Motorhead. I think would bring back Lemmy.
Awesome.
Bringing back Dio. If I had the chance to have Dio again, definitely. Rush. I'd probably bring back Rush again as well. I think that'd be quite an eclectic line. I've still got 3.
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah.
So I've got 2 more days to fill.
Yeah. Go on. I'll let you have another day. Go on.
Well, Thin Lizzy. I'd bring back Thin Lizzy as well. Get Phil back. Of course, Motorhead. We've got to bring back Fast Eddie Clarke and as well as Lemmy and Filthy. So yeah, Thin Lizzy on day 2.
Yeah.
Rory Gallagher. I bring him back. Have a bit of an Irish day.
Right.
And
what
and Jimi Hendrix. That probably go down pretty well on the same day.
Yeah, that sounds good. Amazing.
Yeah. It sounds really weird because I've not really brought anybody. I've not booked anybody that's alive.
It's the revival festival.
Yeah, I suppose if I could get sneak it in, I could, if we could get Bon Scott to come back with AC/DC, that'd be very nice, and Malcolm. That made me very, very happy.
Fab. So which bands on the current scene would you want to support your 3 headliners? Let's go for the 3 headliners, and why?
Well, other than myself?
Yeah.
Well, there's some really cool bands at the moment. There's a band not far from me, from Preston, called Ward 16, who are really cool, and I get on really well with them. For me, they just do something completely different because they're almost like they've got like the horror of Alice Cooper, but they've got like a proggy sort of Queensryche thing going on, and the stage show is just completely insane.
Wow.
So it probably couldn't be more different, to Absolva. Absolva's just kind of a very bare bones, in your face kind of classic heavy metal thing, whereas they've kind of really got an Alice Cooper thing.
Right.
But I like a lot of these bands who I'm friends with, because you've almost got like a connection with them immediately. It's just like, oh yeah, come on, you get on this festival now. The Thin Lizzy's coming back, so you better be there.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, any others? Would you have another 2?
Another 2. there's Luke's girlfriend's band, Becky Baldwin in Fury. They're a cool band from the Midlands.
Yeah.
So, and I've got another one. And my friends White Raven Down, from down south. They are from down south.
Yeah, we should be seeing them, boys.
And you know, I keep threatening that I'm going to steal his guitar, actually, because he plays the same guitars as me, but he's got like this beautiful white Gibson SG, which I've wanted one for years from one of the old Black Sabbath videos, and Tony Iommi had this big white SG Gibson guitar, and the guy in White Raven Down, he's got one of these white SGs, and every time I see him I just go, just turn around for at least 5 minutes, you know, and I hope you can't run fast. Kind of thing.
Amazing. Well, we're all very cool bands, so big shout out to all you guys. Nice one. And then here it is, it's a wrap. So this is the final bit. So a massive thank you from us for joining us tonight and being so entertaining and winning the quiz. Yay.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. Thanks,
really
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, nice one. So this is your opportunity for any shameless promotion for the band, anything that you want to say. So you have the floor. Take it away.
Yeah, well, just it's the usual stuff, really. Check out the website, absolva.com, and check us out on Facebook. We've got lots coming up, and we've got a nice big European tour, which have, fast-track booked this year in September. And all our touring is kind of starting at Firevolt as well. It's going to be our first show back after this kind of break that we've had. So we're really looking forward to A, playing Firevolt, but B, for it to be in our hometown of Manchester as well is going to be really, really cool. So that kind of kicks off the tour really nicely for us now, and we kind of just roll on into the, we've got a London show at the Cart and Horses for your trooper friends, the home of Iron Maiden. So another nice mention for your Robinsons guys, and then we're heading back out to Europe in September, Germany and Netherlands, going back to Czech Republic again, still hounding some people in Belgium and France. So yeah, it's busy, and it's all starting at Firevolt. So
excellent. Get yourselves down there. Come and see these guys. They will actually rip your faces off. They're amazing. They're so loud. They're so good. So much energy. So
if you come and see us, you might end up looking like our Fire in the Sky album cover.
Absolutely brilliant. Chris, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been great to get to know you. Can't wait to see you at Firevolt.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me. Looking forward to it.
You're very welcome. Take care, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank
See you later. Bye.